following is a production of the University of Minnesota.
Hi there, welcome to Strengths Mismatching. On the Twin Cities campus, we are using a strengths approach to enhance student engagement and well-being, which leads to higher GPA, graduating on time, and greater life success. StrengthsFinder is a tool that contributes to the demonstration of the student learning outcomes and the student development outcomes. In this video, we'll be discussing some of the myths and assumptions associated with strengths and the StrengthsFinder assessment. Before we get started, it is important to understand the difference between a strength and a talent. The StrengthsFinder assessment identifies your top 5 talent themes. Gallup, the organization that develops StrengthsFinder, defines a talent as a natural behavior or way of thinking or feeling. When you invest time into your talents and further develop your skills and knowledge, they can then become strengths. Gallup defines a strength as the ability to consistently provide a near-perfect positive performance. Keep this in mind as we look at some of the common myths. There's also a workbook that you can print and use as you watch this video that has more information about strengths, and you can also use some of the activities in there so you can get even more out of this video. Now, let's take a look at our first myth.
StrengthsFinder is an assessment that identifies an individual's natural tendencies and personal talents. StrengthsFinder is not a personality test and does not measure your mental health. The assessment has identified 34 themes that are the most prevalent in people. The assessment helps answer the question, who are you at your best? This question is answered by giving you a vocabulary that helps you define your tendencies via your top 5 talents. Although you get a generic definition of each talent theme, it is important to be able to talk about it in your own words. For example, instead of saying you're an activator, you might say you take initiative to start projects. 1 in 240,000 people will have the same top 5 talent themes as someone else, but not in the exact same order. Only 1 in 33.39 million people will have his or her top 5 talent themes in the same specific order as someone else. So your top 5 in their order are unique to you, but your top 5 aren't meant to put you in a box. They represent you, but they do so in conjunction with all of the other things that make you unique, like experiences, culture, interests, hobbies, and everything else.
Knowing your top 5 is not a solution alone. StrengthsFinder is an awareness tool, but in order to be used to its full potential, strengths are meant to be acted on. A strengths approach can be used to identify ways to approach a solution by doing what you're naturally good at. Strengths can also help you understand where someone else is coming from, which can help prevent conflict or mediate conflict in positive ways. After you take the assessment on StrengthsQuest.com, you can get tips on ways to use your top 5 by accessing the student action items, which can be found under the Apply tab. This will give you concrete ways to use your strengths in academics, extracurriculars, relationships, and career.
People have varying levels of self-awareness. For some, learning about their top 5 is a way to reinforce what they already know. For others, it is a way to put words to things they weren't easily able to describe before. Internalizing strengths is only the first step. Strengths is a way to identify what your natural talents are and invest time and effort into what you do well to turn those talents into strengths, so you can go from average to great, rather than focusing on non-talents and going from poor to adequate. The difference comes when you're able to intentionally apply your talents and know how they impact and interact with others.
As mentioned earlier, StrengthsFinder identifies 34 themes most commonly found in people. Each person possesses all 34 of these themes, but those that come most naturally stand out at the top. The assessment supplies you with your top 5 talent themes in the order in which they rank for you. If you take the test more than one time, your top 5 may shift slightly, but a person's top 10 are typically consistent. The assessment provides your top 5 because it's a manageable number for the average person to retain and use. The StrengthsFinder assessment is based on 50 years of research that has been tested longitudinally and cross-culturally for validity and reliability.
Again, StrengthsFinder is a great tool as you explore majoring careers. StrengthsFinder may help you as you examine potential majoring careers, but your talents don't equate to what major or career you should pursue. If you have the knowledge and the skill, you can do anything well by doing things the way that are easiest for you, which is using your strengths. 2 people with completely different talent themes can do the same job really well, but they would just approach it differently. As you make decisions on what major or career you should pursue, consider how you can use your strengths within that major or career and how you can further develop them.
Successful people find ways to leverage their strengths and manage their areas of lesser talent. An example would be the absence of achiever in your top 5. This is not an excuse for failing to complete assignments. You can still get things done by finding ways to use the strengths you do have to meet deadlines. Looking at your top 5, can also present potential weaknesses. Remember, talents are strengths when lived in healthy, productive ways, so it's important to invest time and effort in them so they can be lived in healthy and productive ways.
Thanks for watching Strengths Myth Smashing. A great next step would be to take the StrengthsFinder assessment if you haven't already, and then log into strengthsquest.com. Read your reports and click on the Apply tab to access your student action items. Also, you can use the resources and activities in the workbook. Lastly, check out our strengths videos to learn more about how to use your strengths to be successful. You can learn more about strengths by visiting our website, strengths.umn.edu, or attending a workshop. If you have an idea for a strengths video topic or would like us to put on a workshop in your student group or organization, let us know by emailing strengths@umn.edu. Also, make sure to follow and interact with us on Twitter @umn_strengths. Have a great day.